The global food system today feeds 3 times as many people every day as in 1950. This is an astonishing achievement and one that previous generations could not take for granted. This increased production was achieved through a profound production, logistics and trade revolution. Higher yielding varieties, new technologies, global trade, increased energy use, water use and larger land areas all contributed to avoiding a global food crisis. As well as reducing chronic and acute hunger and feeding 5 billion more people, these changes lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty and drove broader economic growth. Smallholders are integral to the global food system. 85% of the world's 600 million farms are smallholdings of less than 2 hectares, and yet they produce at least 1/3 of the world's food. Every day, all of you eat food produced by these farmers. Despite these successes, there is considerable unfinished business to address. The sustainability of global food systems remains a critical challenge. 815 million people are chronically malnourished. After years of declining, these numbers are now growing. Paradoxically, many are smallholders who remain some of the poorest people on Earth. Many smallholders do not see agriculture as a future for their children and need help to transition out, but some are motivated to take advantage of the emerging market opportunities. As demonstrated by recent global disruptions, COVID, the Ukraine war, our complex global food systems, while highly efficient, can be fragile. As a consequence, the gains made over the past several decades in driving down global poverty and malnutrition are under threat. What happens in Asia will be a key determinant of how the world responds to these challenges. Asia makes up 55% of the global population. Their middle class is growing at much faster rates than anywhere else in the world, reaching 50% or more of the population in the major economies in the next decade. Smallholders work 85% of the region's farming land, and in the next 15 years, 4 of the top 5 global economies will be in Asia. Climate change is devastating livelihoods and food systems in this region now. Asian megadeltas are salinising and drowning. Vietnam is the world's 2nd largest rice exporter, and 90% of that is produced in the Mekong Delta. Sea level rises and land subsidence from groundwater extraction are lowering the delta by up to 5 centimetres per year. At this rate, more than 30% of this globally significant food bowl will be permanently inundated by 2050, impacting more than 12 million people. Recent monsoonal flooding in Pakistan inundated more than 30% of the land area, with 50 million displaced. We are yet to see the impact on food security. The clock is ticking. There are 7 harvest seasons between now and 2030. We are not short of ideas, inventions and new knowledge to address the challenges ahead, but many of these remain stranded at pilot scale. What do we need to do differently to achieve impact at scale more quickly? How do we make sure that policy reforms learn from past crises? Smallholders produce 1/3 of the world's food. What is the role for smallholders in transformed global food systems? Agricultural research delivers slow magic that has stood us in good stead, but the challenges today are different from the past. Are agricultural research investments being made in the right places and on the right things for the future we need to deliver in a very short space of time?